Hello everyone, welcome to Math E15. This is Eric. I'm sure you're eager to get started learning some calculus. I'd like to take a little bit of time right now to go over some important course procedures. We're looking here at the public portion of our course website that has lots of important files that you should look at carefully. I want to go and highlight some items from them. The course information page tells you how to reach me. Email is best. By the way, I'm happy to have you call me Eric, but if you would like something more formal, whatever you choose will be fine. We are lucky to have a fine teaching assistant, Stephen Staffa. Steve will be running the review sessions. You can see down here the times when those will meet. These reviews are optional, but they're a great way for you to get some extra practice in addition to the recordings that I've already made for you. You can attend them in person. You can stream them live, and if you want to interact with Steve during one of the reviews while you're streaming live, you can log into Canvas and click chat in the left panel there. And these reviews will also be recorded so that you can watch them later. I will have an office hour Sunday afternoon. All the times throughout this are Eastern USA time, by the way. And we'll use Blackboard Collaborate for that. So on our course, the same web page that we were just looking at a second ago, you can find instructions for how to set up your computer to use Collaborate to talk with me during the office hour. There is no required textbook, but there's a recommended one if you want to get a source for some extra problems and some good things to read. You don't need to buy the most recent edition. I've written suggested problems for the 4th, 5th, and 6th editions, and these older 4th and 5th editions are also often available online very, very inexpensively, under $10. You do not need a fancy graphing calculator. You just need something that can estimate numerically things like the natural log of 5 or the square root of 7. A graphing calculator is permitted on the exam except for the models that have what's called the computer algebra system, and that includes the TI-89 and the TI-Nspire CAS. Make sure you do not try to use one of those. Your proctor will not allow it. We have two different ways of computing your grades. The first scheme counts each of the 3 exams equally. The second gives you the chance to have an off day on one of the 2 midterms without drastically affecting your score for the entire semester by counting the lower of the 2 midterms for only 15%. You'll also see that we drop your lowest homework score, so don't worry if you have one bad homework night. We'll talk more about exams when we look at the exam policy page. The Math Question Center is now available online starting last semester, so if you don't or can't come in person to Cambridge, you can access those tutors live for 4 hours every week by clicking on this link here. Graduate credit students, we have a lot of other information on the website. You should please read that. I will try to make a video like this specifically about that stuff. And down here we have information about disability services and academic integrity. The schedule of topics page just tells us what we're going to be doing each week, just the topics and which sections in the different editions of the book we'll be covering. We get 1 week off for spring break. At least it will be spring break in this part of the world. Schedule of assignments is a very important page to look at because it tells you when things are due. You'll see that each homework assignment is due Tuesday night at 11 p.m. Eastern USA time, and you submit those in Canvas. The clock in Canvas is completely unforgiving. If you try to submit it at 11:01, it will not allow you to do that. So please be sure that you give yourself plenty of time to upload it, especially the first time if you haven't done uploading in Canvas before. Also, information here about exams. We'll talk more about that in a second. The exam policies, I'll go back to homework policies in a second. If you live in one of the 6 New England states, we'll have you come to campus for each of the 3 exams. The dates and times of those exams are listed below. If you live outside of New England, you're welcome to come to campus to take the exams. We had somebody come from Ireland a few semesters ago to take the exams. But you don't need to. If you would prefer to stay nearer to home, you can take the exams with an approved proctor there. And there's a link here that you can click on to find all the information about choosing or finding a proctor and getting your proctor approved. You'll note something very important down here in bold, that you have to submit your proctor information through Harvard's online services system, not through me, for each of the 3 exams, even if you're using the same proctor for all 3 exams. Every semester somebody forgets about this and they show up for the second exam or the midterm and they discover that their proctor doesn't have any exam to give them, and that's because they forgot to submit their proctor information again for that exam. So please, please be sure that you submit it for each exam 1 week in advance. And by the way, I have nothing to do with approving the proctors. That's all done through the distance exams office. So those are the people who can best answer your questions about that. Here are the dates and the times of the exams. So the on-campus exams will be from 6 to 9 p.m. Distance students, you'll have a 24-hour window in which to take the exam. The window will open at 9 a.m. on each Wednesday and then close 24 hours later, 9 a.m. on the Thursday. We've already talked about what calculators you can't use. You can't use any books or notes during the exam. The exams are 3 hours. Down here we tell you what each exam covers. We also offer some suggestions for studying by looking at and actually doing the old practice exams from the website. Homework policies. You want to show your work if you would like to receive full credit, unless it's a very short answer sort of question. Also, showing your work allows us to see where you might have made a mistake and allows us to give you partial credit if we can. We like to give you partial credit as much as we can. One of the beauties of calculus is that it allows us to give exact answers. So if the answer is pi, you just write that nice little symbol pi. Don't try to write out all of the digits. The digits that your calculator shows you are just the first 10 or 12 digits, but something like pi or the square root of 13 goes on and on forever, never repeating. It would take you a very long time and would not be a good use of your time to try to write all those digits out. When you submit your homework in Canvas, you should do it as a single PDF file, please. Much easier for us to grade it if you do it that way. And once you submit it at after you submit it at 11 o'clock p.m., the solutions will become available to everybody within Canvas by clicking in the homework column on the home page. And the most important thing about the best way to learn math is to do math. So we really encourage you to make an effort on the homework, try to do the practice problems, do the check your understanding quizzes in Canvas, redo the problems that you see me do. That's the best way to learn calculus. Textbook FAQ gives you some more information about the textbook. Prerequisite FAQ, if you're wondering if this is the right course for you, that would be a good page to check out. Credit status FAQ. Almost everybody in the course should be signed up for undergraduate credit. Even if you already hold a bachelor's degree or a master's degree or 2 PhDs, unless you are an aspiring or current math teacher, especially if you're interested in Harvard's Masters in Math for Teaching program, unless that's the case for you, you should be signed up for undergraduate credit almost certainly. The graduate credit option is intended for students who are interested in teaching math. These are the additional problems that I mentioned. If you would like to get some extra practice by doing some problems from the book, these are the ones that I think are good for you to do. The solutions to these are available down here on the website. It's password protected, of course. I will send you an email that has the username and password for you to log in. And then once the Canvas site becomes private, after the first week of classes at Harvard, I will publish them in Canvas as well, so you don't need to log in through here anymore if you don't want to. Here are all the different homework assignments that we will have during the semester. And I think I skipped over this online-only course FAQ. I wanted to say a few things about that. We've offered the course online 3 times, but it was only as an online option, meaning that I taught it on campus with a bunch of students in the room, and then we published that video for you to watch, and we also live streamed it. And we had students taking the course all over the place. Look at this nice long list of countries. We were really happy about that. Harvard now has offered us the chance to offer it in an online-only format, and we're really excited about how this has allowed us to specifically tailor the course to the online learner. So instead of having one long 3-hour lecture that's recorded and that you just watch, we broke it up into a lot of smaller video segments, and we wrote a lot of these really cool, I think, exploratory applets that will come up between the videos to allow you to play around with different mathematical ideas to try to discover things on your own before coming to the next video. So I hope that you will get a lot out of those applets. And we also wrote some check your understanding exercises between the video segments that allow you to practice what you have just learned. Those don't count for your grade, by the way, at all. They just are something for you to get extra practice on. Here are the old exams and their solutions. You should use those to study. Down here, a lot of other math-related websites that you might like. Finally, here is our course Canvas site. Our course producer, course developer Ethan, has really done a fabulous job creating this. You can click on, by the way, we shot this video with our producer Michelle one morning in Harvard Yard. It was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoy watching that. And if you click on the topic for each week, it'll take you to what you're supposed to do for each week. Down here at the bottom, there are some next buttons. Normally there would be a previous button over here to allow you to navigate it that way. But Ethan has also made these very nice drop-down menus up here so that once you've gone through the whole week, it's easy for you to go back and specifically choose if you want to just review certain portions of it without having to go through all of those next and previous buttons. I think that's all that I have to say for now. Thanks for listening, everybody. If you have any questions about this or anything else on the course, please send me an email or post it in Canvas.